Well, hello everybody. How are we doing today? Yeah, we've been talking about doing this series of videos, and the topic I wanted to bring up first was divine abundance. Now, there's a lot of different ideas about abundance or prosperity. There's a lot of different ways and ideas. One is like manifesting. Uh, Abundance, or manifesting your dream life or your dream house or your dream job. The other ones, a lot of these are just wanting to get rich quick or finding some easy way to get rich. These have nothing to do with divine abundance. You know, so I want to first say what divine abundance isn't. Divine abundance isn't about making a lot of money. It isn't about owning a lot of things. It's not about having a big bank account and fancy cars and big houses. Now that may be part of what happens in your life when you operate in divine abundance, but that's not the goal. So first of all, the idea is that all these things that you might want to do or have learned about, holding intentions or envisioning the dream world or dream life or the dream substance or the dream bank account or the dream lover or whatever. Those things are all of the ego. They're all in duality. So divine abundance isn't about living an easy life of just having a lot of stuff. It is about being in a place of total surrender. And we talk about, in the journey, we talk about little by little undoing the ego. Undoing that which seems to, the ego is the belief in being a separate individual in the world. And so we're taught in this world, and we use the term consensus reality, we're taught that the goal of life is to acquire many things and to have a house and a wife and kids and cars and all that kind of stuff. And so many people are just really actively expending a lot of personal energy to try to make those things happen. I want to say that everything in this world that everybody has is a gift. Nobody made any money. It may seem that way in the world, but that's not the way it is. How can you make money? Now, the other thing I want to say is that it's not about owning anything really either. The whole idea of ownership and possessions, that's all part of the dreamscape. That's all part of the duality. This is one of the reasons it's so few people actually take what it or do what it takes to wake up from the dream, to exit duality, to live in an abiding non-dual awareness. So it's like everybody wants to make it a better dream. And so there's a lot of teachers and there's a lot of books and self-help things and to try to acquire things. And there's been many, many people in the world that have acquired many things, and they found out that the things are not what makes them complete, is not what gives them joy or satisfaction. The more things they have, the more they have to worry about it. Many people that have many things are more in fear than those that have little things. I was in Panama once and saw a little boy playing with a soccer ball that was flat. It wouldn't hold air anymore. But that little boy was so happy running back and forth across his yard, kicking that flat water ball or soccer ball. He had no idea that he didn't have what what he had wasn't as good as somebody else's. He was totally in joy about having a flat soccer ball. So what I want to say first is that the hardest part about divine abundance is giving up the concepts of ownership, the concepts of making my life a better dream, having a better job or more jobs or more work. It's not that you may not work or you may not have a job, but it's that the job isn't the source. I think this is the key I'm trying to get to, is that the source is the divine. Now we'll get into that later in this series of talks, but where the divine is and what that means, or the universe, or all those. But how I like to say it is, there's many channels, but only one source. Now, when we have come to a place of total surrender, it's not even a place of faith. It's a place of knowing. So we are able to, without having super bank accounts or without having a bunch of money in our pocket or in our account somewhere, we're able to know that everything we need will be provided as we need it. Now here we go. Need and want. The wants are the ego. I want a better girlfriend. I want a better house. I want a better car. I want a better job. I want a whatever. The wants are of the ego. And they'll never be satisfied. You'll never, it doesn't matter what you get or how much you get. The ego will never be satisfied. So this process we call the journey is about undoing the ego. In this process, we learn to be in a place of totally accepting exactly how things are. You hear me say sometimes, it is what it is. Well, that's what I'm saying. It is what it is. So I don't, I have everything I need. I'm not hungry. I'm not living out in the cold or out in the rain. I'm in a nice room. I have a nice bed. I have a nice little birds flying around my head. I love this stuff. I want to make these things fun. So let's look at this and see where you are in all this. Fear is what motivates and keeps the dream intact. That's what keeps the ego thriving. Fear. Come back to the moment. Look around. Hey, whatever I'm fearing isn't happening right now. And then breathe. And you can breathe real deep. And then you can say, that must be the ego projecting onto the future this fear of lack and this fear of not having. And so I'm going to let that ego part of me go. I'm going to not hold on to that. I'm going to look at the divine nature within me, the God nature, the eternal essence. And I'm going to say, the God in me, the divine nature, the eternal essence, has always provided for me. I look back through my life, I've never been hungry, I've never been starving, I've never been naked in the street. No matter how low my life had got in any part of my life, I'd always had some way to make it. I always made it. I always ate. Here I am. I'm alive. I'm still here. And so, I can say the divine has always taken care of me. Why would I doubt it now, no matter what? The other thing that I learned a long time ago was to never act out of desperation. You feel, this is desperate, I got to sell my car. No, don't sell your car. Now, that may be the answer, but you don't want to do it out of anxiety and fear. You want to do it because that's the next step. That's the next thing. So, breathe. Realize you've always been taken care of. Even when you thought you were doing it, even when you thought you were in control, you've always been taken care of. And let go. Get in touch with that divine nature within you. Allow that to be the context for what you do, how you proceed in your life, what the next step is. And and this brings us into this place of surrender and peace. So here we go. So we don't ever have to live in fear anymore. Fear can be our best friend. It can remind us that we're divine. And we can live in that divinity, not in the ego, fear-based self. And then we can relax. So, a divine abundance isn't about owning things. And we'll kind of recapitulate these. It's not about making or creating a better dream. It's not about some kind of principles of envisioning and manifesting some kind of thing that I want. It's not about some, it's not about things I have the power to do. Everything, people say, well, I went to school and I worked really hard to go. Well, that was a gift. Well, I had to study real hard and I had to work at night. Well, that was a gift that you could do that. Well, I sacrificed this and I did. Well, that was a gift. Everything's a gift. So if we can live from that paradigm and realize that everything's a gift, then we don't have to live in fear. We don't have to want what we don't have. We don't have to try to manifest something that's not ours to have. We can let go of this ego desire for more and be satisfied with the divine as it supplies everything. So I guess that's about all I'm going to say tonight on divine abundance. We're going to talk some more about this. Maybe give some more ideas about it. Let me know if you have any questions about this video or anything that I said. You can comment on the video, and I'll see those and I'll address those in the next video. So if there's anything about divine abundance that you would like to ask or understand or anything. Anyway, I love you guys so much. Anyway, so here we go. I'll say good night for tonight, and we'll talk again soon.